Peace be upon you and welcome to Connect Quran. In this video, we will talk about perception versus reality in relation to the term zakah or zakat. It is commonly perceived that zakat is an obligatory charity or alms tax. But since alms tax relates to financial contribution without any religious or spiritual significance, and also there is no mechanism available for this global tax collection and distribution, the term obligatory charity is commonly accepted. It is also perceived that zakat is a way of purifying one's wealth, and it is calculated as 2.5% of the total wealth, excluding any debts or liabilities. And the wealth estimates only include assets which are owned for at least 1 year. And zakat is only due when the total net wealth exceeds a minimum threshold, which is based on a fixed quantity of silver or gold. So these are the specifics of zakat. However, the whole concept of zakat is fundamentally flawed for two reasons. One, it is a senseless system of wealth purification. And second, it is an unfair system. Let me explain these reasons. It is a senseless system of wealth purification because zakat is a way of purifying inherently pure wealth, which makes no sense. Considering Islamic teachings, using zakat to purify wealth is a senseless idea because wealth itself cannot be inherently impure. This is emphasized by verse 2188, which prohibits people from earning money through unjust means. And secondly, even if we assume that zakat does purify wealth, it can still lead to illogical outcomes. For instance, individuals who have paid zakat on their wealth but are now unemployed, or they are pursuing education, or they are retired, continue to be obligated to pay zakat upon meeting the minimum threshold, even though they have already purified their wealth and their wealth is not growing anymore. This seems counterintuitive, as they are essentially repurifying their already purified wealth, which again makes no sense. The concept of zakat is not only senseless, but it is also unfair. It has both local and global equity problems. Consider two single individuals, person X and person Y, living in the same neighborhood and starting their fresh careers simultaneously. Person X earns about $100,000 per year but spends most of it, saving $25,000. And person Y earns $60,000 per year, but he is very careful with his savings and also ends up with $25,000. Now both are required to pay the same amount for zakat, which would be $625. If person Y had saved more, they would pay even more than person X, who earned $40,000 extra. Therefore, someone with much lower income may find themselves obligated to pay the same or even more than a person with much higher income, which is an unfair deal. And regarding the global equity problem, due to significantly varied economic conditions in different countries, establishing a minimum threshold, aka nisab, for zakat based on the value of gold or silver results in disproportionate outcomes for people settled in different countries, which is again unfair. So the concept of zakat is unfair both for its global and local application. Now that we have identified the foundational issues with the zakat system, we can easily understand that why are the specifics of zakat completely missing in the Quran. This is simply because the term zakat has nothing to do with obligatory charity. This whole concept of zakat could have served as a tax system in certain region of the world at certain times, but let's be very clear that this concept of obligatory charity has nothing to do with the religion of Islam. Having said that, one thing I want to clarify though is that I am not downplaying the importance of charity in Islam. The Quran strongly encourages helping others through charity. However, the term zakat is not used in the Quran in the context of charity or obligatory charity. Inshallah, we will explore the topic of charity in detail in the future. But for now, let's focus on understanding the meaning of zakat. So, what does zakat mean in the Quran? Well, the actual common meaning of the word zakat are to be purified, being innocent, guiltless, blameless, strongly grown, or increased. And the Quran uses the term zakat in relation to these meanings. In the next video, we will inshallah discover how these meanings are applied to the term Aqimus Salata wa Atuz Zakah. So stay tuned for that. Thanks a lot for listening, and may peace and blessings be with you.